Rejection. I've been rejected so much, so much. And I want to talk about it. There's a question I love to ask people. It tells me so much about their personality. And that is, out of 100 people, how many do you think would fall head over heels in love with you? How many people would there be such amazing chemistry that you two could build a whole life, that you could overcome obstacles, that that person would be beside you? Out of 100, how many people, if you just met 100 people, you know, to date, how many people would be tight with you? And it tells you a lot about the personality of the person. So I asked one of my friends, and she hasn't had many relationships. She's doing well in her career. She's traveled, but she's never really fallen in love with anyone. And I said, how many people out of 100 do you think would love you? And she said 50. I said, did you say 15? She said, no, 50. One out of every two guys would love me and want to be with me. And this showed me a lot. It showed me that she's not really in touch with reality. Now, maybe I'm wrong, but with a sense, I don't think one out of every two guys would want to marry her and be with her, right? But her standards are so high, and her belief in herself, right, is extremely high. And she hasn't been rejected. She's never really put herself out there or gone for the best guy, but she believes that every guy, eventually the guy's going to grab her and find her. And that's cool. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she'll have a great marriage. But I have another friend that, pursued acting in her early 20s. Very beautiful, speaks several languages. She lived in Europe. She's had some relationships where, she's loved guys and broken up with them and felt like maybe they're not the best one for her life, and she still stays in contact. And she's had other relationships where she was crazy about the guy, and the guy had broke her heart, and she had to recover from that. So I asked her, out of 100 people, how many do you think would love you? And she said 15. Okay, 15. Oh, that's interesting, right? It's a smaller number, but she's tried more. She's more in touch with reality. She's been rejected. She's been rejected for jobs. She's been rejected for opportunities. So even though people will tell her, you're amazing, you get anything you want, she knows the competition in the world is very steep. She knows there's very talented people. She knows that there's many beautiful people. That beauty is not such, isn't the end-all be-all. It doesn't open every door for you, even though it does open doors. A much more interesting spirit. She understands rejection. She has a relationship with it. And for myself, I always say one out of 100 people would love me and want to be with me, right? And I find that to be very true, that I can get rejected by lots of people because I'm so out of the box, I'm kind of weird, I'm so quirky, but I will find that one person that just gets me and really, truly loves me and wants to sacrifice, wants to build a life with me, wants to have adventures with me. And I've been lucky to have, maybe 2 or 3 amazing relationships in my life with those type of people after tons and tons of rejection. And I think as you get to know yourself more and you love yourself, rejection doesn't bother you as much. And I have been rejected so much, and it still hurts. And sometimes I need like a day or two or a week or a pep talk from a friend to get over rejection, right? Especially with even jobs or things I've tried that I kind of got rejected by the masses or by the marketplace. But the idea is not to get better and just to go back out there and put yourself out there again. That I think if I didn't try anything, my ego would be like, well, I'm still great. But since I tried it and failed, now I have to go back. But you're still the same person. You have the same value. You need to just keep going. Anyway, so I ask you, out of 100 people, how many do you think would love you? Please put it in the comments below. Thanks so much.